Yeah, just about a length down now is lane number 2, which is Christchurch Boys. And Christchurch Boys now would be locked up. There's nothing between them and McLean's on the inside. And whenever we look out the outside for you, they were about a length, just a length down in lane number 7, which is Hamilton Boys number 2 and St. Peter's. Where's Hamilton Boys number 1? They obviously didn't get a crew in there. But now they move in this 500, this third 500, and it's still there out in lane number 5. Lane number 6 starting to put a little bit of pressure on them. You can see the lift that they've got, and you can see the St. Paul's Collegiate colours out of Hamilton. Just a little bit of a lift in their boat that tells us that they're working a little bit harder inside this third 500, but in the meantime still it is Onslow on their left, Mount Albert Grammar. There's James Hargest. They've got a race on here, guys. You better get down and give them a bit of a cheer, that's for sure. James Hargest are having a good race. They've got about a length clear water over Christchurch Boys. Christchurch Boys have got only a half a length over McLean's, but Hargest has also got about a half a length over the crew on their right shoulder, which is Mount Albert Grammar. In the meantime, Onslow. They're starting to come at Onslow from all over the place. Onslow, can they hang on? It's right out there in lane number 6 where the challenge is coming from. Out there in lane number 6, St. Paul's Collegiate. They move just inside the 1,000-metre peg, and they look like they had a better lift on their boat, and they look as if they've moved up alongside Onslow, and they've brought James Hargest with them. Now we've got a different leader. We've got a different leader now. It's St. Paul's Collegiate. St. Paul's Collegiate over James Hargest. I tell you what, they've worked too hard. Onslow have worked too hard, and Mount Albert Grammar have worked too hard. Now there's a move coming from Christchurch Boys, like we've seen all day yesterday. Come home in that last 1,000 a lot quicker. Then we go right out to John Paul. It's John Paul, but it's still down here. It's James Hargest. James Hargest and St. Paul's Collegiate on the far side. And Hargest is bringing Christchurch Boys with them. They're the first 3 at this stage. The only ones can challenge is Mount Albert Grammar. Onslow's too far back. St. Paul's Collegiate on the far side. James Hargest on the inside. Christchurch Boys just inside them. Inside the yellow boys. It is John Paul Collegiate in front. James Hargest. There's nothing between those two crews. Then we come down here to Christchurch Boys is flying home. Hargest and John Paul, you'll get a better look than we can from the tower. There's absolutely nothing in it. Hargest, it might be John Paul. It's John Paul over the far side. St. Paul's Collegiate have got the lead over James Hargest High School. The Hamilton crew over the Southland crew. And it is St. Paul's Collegiate will go down, and they are going to be the title holders for 2014 boys under 17 Coxed 4. They've got about a half, maybe a quarter of a length only over James Hargest. Quarter of a length to James Hargest, and I'm not going to tell you who took the bronze. Christchurch girls, and a big run coming through from Mount Albert Grammar. Now we see going across McLean's Onslow, who worked so hard in that first part of the journey across the far side. St. Peter's are going to have to wait for the bronze medal. And back to Hamilton Boys number 2.
All right, medals now for the boys under 17 Cox. For this event is sponsored by John McGartland Plumbing, but we have John Bishop from South Island Rowing to present our medals. The winners of the bronze medal for the boys under 17 Cox 4 for 2014, Christchurch Boys High. Josh Roger, Jared Van Vianen, Jim Smith, Henry Lissaman, and they're coxed by Harry Milligan. Time for Christchurch, 6:53.22. And they're coached by Todd Petherick. Bronze medal there for Todd. Congratulations, Christchurch Boys High. The winners of the silver medal for the under 17 Cox 4 from Invercargill, James Hargest. Rowan Haveron, Cameron Perkins, Thomas Elder, Dylan Milford, and Coxed Tate Mulligan. This crew is proudly coached by Joe Finley and Mark Day. 6:51.22. Congratulations, James Hargest. Now the Aon New Zealand Secondary School Champs, boys under 17 Coxed for gold medal winners, St Paul's Collegiate. In this crew, Charles Christie, Jack Schicker, Ben Dobby, Henry Wills. The coxswain is Logan Burt, and they are coached by Graham Oberlin-Brown. The time for St Paul's, 6:50.61. St Paul's from Hamilton, and we will also present to them their winners' T-shirts. Let's begin with the T-shirts. And we'll also present to them the RJ Memorial Shield. The RJ Hampton Memorial Shield. So well done, Christchurch Boys High, James Hargest and St Paul's Collegiate.